Welcome everyone to Podcast 69 South, where we cuss and discuss true crime, cold cases, current events, and hot topics, along with our state of society today. This is your trigger warning. Our podcast content is produced for adult listeners 18 years of age and older. We discuss situations that may be offensive and triggering to some listeners. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to 69 South. I hope you had a good time since the last time. I'm Chop, and with me always is my beautiful co-host, Julie.
I'm so glad you're back today.
Boy, I'm glad to be back, too. Missed a week because I had a little glitch in my life system, but anyway, back on track today.
Today, we're going to be diving into the second part of the Stephanie Reeves probable cause affidavit. Last week, we kicked off this series called the Hancock County Quartet with the reading of April Brown's probable cause affidavit. If you haven't listened to that episode yet, I highly recommend you go back and catch up. There's a lot of important context there.
Just to recap, the Hancock County Quartet consists of four individuals: April Brown, Stephanie Reeves, Anthony Strahl, and Eric Reed. They were all arrested on January 30th, 2025. Happy birthday to me.
So, Fox 59 reported that Eric Reed, 43 of Morristown, was arrested on multiple serious charges, 5 counts of child exploitation, which is a level 4 felony, 2 counts of child exploitation, which is a level 5 felony, 5 counts of possession of child pornography, a level 5 felony, and 6 counts of possession of child pornography, a level 6 felony. Now, I noticed those last two I read were the exact same. They were just different levels. I wonder why.
I bet it's the level of nastiness in the pictures that dude had on his shit. We have confirmed that he is currently in the Shelby County Jail. However, if you search his name on My Case or DocsPop, nothing comes up at all. So as soon as we figure out what's going on with Mr. Reed, we will definitely provide an update to you.
Now, we've managed to obtain the PCAs for April, Stephanie, and Anthony, but as we just said, Eric Reed's information has been a bit elusive.
So with that little update out of the way, let's pick up where we left off. I'm going to start reading from page 8 of the Stephanie Reeves probable cause affidavit. After all the detectives gathered up all the evidence and everything from the search warrant that they served on May 30th, 2024, everything was forensically downloaded, and they observed one of the following items of evidence. And I'm going to warn you, I'm going to summarize this, me and Julie are, because it's literally too horrible to even read. I mean, it's a lot worse than some of the Stafford shit. It's actually like a lot worse than some of that shit. They collected a video which is 2 minutes in length, and it starts off with some a little girl. They said that they're guessing her age between, just from the pictures and her development and the way she looked, they figured her to be about 7 to 11 years old. They had this poor girl in a restroom, presumably in Reeves's home. I don't think that's been exactly depicted yet, but that's what they're kind of stating in there. They had her in provocative positions and doing basically pornography type shit to herself, like something that you'd see a nasty grown woman doing on some porn type stuff, man, which is definitely sickening.
Stephanie Reeves had, she painted this little girl's nails pink on her right hand and then a darker color on her left hand. And then the female child positions her phone on the toilet. And then it's just so hard to say. I can't even.
She basically used a cleaning item in a way somebody that's a grown-ass woman shouldn't even do. And it was all for the sexual gratification of the people Stephanie Reeves and the people in this case. And they were taking pictures and videos of this poor little girl and sending them back and forth and probably selling them on the internet and possessing them. And it just gets to me, man, how these people get off on watching little kids do shit like that. I will never be able to figure that shit out. You know what I mean?
That's disgusting.
It is very disgusting.
Now, this file or this piece of evidence pertains to count 22, which is child exploitation. It's a level 5 felony, and possessing child pornography of a child less than 12 years of age. So that's for that charge. I can't really go into reading any more in detail about that just because it's too disturbing. So we'll go on to the next file that they found on the phone. And this image shows a female from the neck to the upper thighs. The female is topless with her left hand with a dark colored nail polish covering her left breast, and then the right hand with pink nail polish cupping the other one. Now, after reviewing the original file, the investigator determined that both of these files contained the same child that was between 7 and 11 years old.
There was another file that was pulled up, an image that depicted an adult female sitting on a brown leather couch with a fully nude female child sitting on her lap. So they weren't just taking videos, they were interacting with these children in these videos. The legs of the child were spread open and up in the air with her female privates parts like exposed. The adult has her hand just above the child's private area, and they would estimate the child in this video evidence to be between 6 and 10 years old due to her development and everything else. This file pertains to count 27, child exploitation, level 5 felony, possessing child pornography of child less than 12 years old. So, but they do know that they were taking these photographs from the background. It was in her, allegedly in her bathroom and in her living room on her couch. They recognized this shit from the video. So it wasn't just pornography that she had. It was shit that she was making with her own children, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know if this victim was her child or not, but we do know that she was interacting with her child in a manner just like that.
I mean, 6 to 10 years old. I just have, my youngest child has just turned 11 years old, February 7th. And I'll tell you what, I don't even let him on YouTube because of the weird video game shit that's on it. It just blows my freaking mind how people are using these children. And these people lived in the neighborhood right around over in Greenfield. I mean, this is right down the street from some of you guys. There could be people
your
doing
neighbor.
This shit. Yeah, it could be your neighbor. It's just amazing. And if I'm not mistaken, I think one of the guys in this case, we have kind of got some in and out information that he may have worked with some, like a band, like the band members.
Guard with a high school. I mean, that's not confirmed.
Not confirmed, but we're pretty sure if you go through photographs, evidence, and stuff on Facebook and TikTok, we've seen uniforms and pictures that pretty much depict that accusation.
That he was hanging around the band and guard, maybe volunteering. Not saying that he was doing anything wrong while he was there, but this is just, these kind of people are hiding in plain sight.
Same type of person that be at your children's, football game, look you straight in the eye, talk about what they did at work today. In the back of their mind, they're probably looking at your little kid. You know what I mean? It's just some sick ass shit.
Now, this was evidence item number 3, and this came from Anthony Strahl's phone. And it is a video. It's 2 minutes and 59 seconds in length. The video starts off with an undressed female that the investigator recognized to be Stephanie Reeves laying on a pink towel in a bed. A brown mutt dog is beside her. Stop. The person taking the video rubs on Stephanie's female private parts to get the dog's attention. The dog then begins licking Reeves's female parts while she pets the dog. Reeves continues to pet the dog with a smile on her face while the brown mutt dog is licking her female private parts. I recognize the female speaking in the video to be April Brown. I can also identify that the bed and the headboard belonged to April Brown, and the video was taken at her apartment in Hancock County, Indiana. Now, this file pertains to count 28, bestiality, a level 6 felony when a person who knowingly or intentionally performs an act involving the sex organ of a person in the mouth or anus of an animal.
We'll be right back.
Hey everybody, this is Shaw from 69 South. Are you ready to elevate your space with aromas that'll set the pace? Scented Jewels, Indiana's pride, with aromas you can't hide. The classic wax melts, oh so fine, then squeezable melts, the scent so divine. Dazzle your senses and level up your vibe. Scented Jewels bring an aroma to your life. We use this in our studio and our home as we have teenage boys and pets. It makes our place smell so fine. Use promo code 69South for 10% off today. Shop Scented Jewels, luxury in every way. Head on over to Shop Scented Jewels. That is www.shopscentedjewels.com and get 10% off your order today. Thank you. During the investigation, they learned that on February 14th, 2024, when Reeves sent Strahl the emails at approximately 17:33:38, which is about 5:30 p.m., and 17:33:48, per the cyber tip, Stephanie Reeves had not clocked into her job in Indianapolis. Reeves did not clock in for her work on February 14th, 2024 until 2:19 p.m. and clocked out at 10:30 p.m. Reeves was at Brown's house in Greenfield the evening of February 14th, 2024. All of the above events occurred in Hancock County, Indiana, except specifically stated otherwise. So that must have been a real nice Valentine's Day present for
Anthony Strahl.
What kind of dope you think these people are doing? I mean, for real. What?
That's disgusting. That was literally, they made this video for Valentine's Day. April and Stephanie made this video with the dog for Valentine's Day and then sent it to him.
Like, baby, guess what I'm going to do for Valentine's Day for you?
Yes.
Hey, it's going to be a family affair. We're going to get the dog involved in everything, baby. You know, I know how you like it.
That's so sick.
I just don't get it. I mean, I bought you a dozen roses and some tulips to plant. You know what I mean? Something that'll last for a while. The only thing that's going to last on this shit is old girl sticky shit on the dog's breath. Because the videos are gone.
They had a video of this poor dog on the TikTok. And she dressed it up. Or no, she put a filter on the dog like it was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I felt so bad for the poor dog.
That was Valentine's Day. I wonder what they did to it on Christmas.
Yeah. So that wraps up the rest of the probable cause affidavit for Stephanie Reeves. And I guess we'll be jumping into Anthony Strahl's probable cause affidavit now.
So here's what a detective from the Greenfield Police Department that was assigned part-time to the Metro Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. He filed this affidavit in the support of the charges: vicarious sexual gratification, a person 18 years or older who knowingly or intentionally directs, aids, or induces or causes a child under the age of 16 to engage in other sexual conduct with another person with the intent to arouse or satisfy the sexual desires of a child or the older person commits vicarious sexual gratification, a level 4 felony.
Now, aiding sexual misconduct with a minor, a person at least 18 years of age who knowingly or intentionally performs or submits to sexual intercourse or other sexual conduct with a child less than 16 years old, a level 4 felony if it is committed by a person at least 21 years old, and it's also a level 4 felony. And then we go down to aiding bestiality, a level 6 felony, which there's 2 counts of that. Child exploitation, which is possessing child pornography of a child less than 12 years of age, a level 5 felony. There's 2 counts there. Then we have child exploitation, possessing child pornography of less than 18 years of age, a level 6 felony, 2 counts.
You know, I'm glad that they separate the years, because the younger a child is, the worse of a frickin' crime I think it is. You know what I mean?
I think that just answered our question I had earlier. Remember on Stephanie Reeves, it said that there were, it was on Eric Reed's, because we don't have his probable cause affidavit, but there were 2 sets of the same charges, but they were just different levels of felonies, and that's probably why, because of the age.
I bet you're right.
And the younger they are, the higher, or the lower number, or level 5 felony, which is kind of backwards. You get more time for a 5 than you would a 6.
I guess it's the change from the old ABC system.
Mm-hmm. So on March 12th, 2024, I observed the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children cyber tip line report that was submitted by Yahoo in reference to a user sending images of suspected child pornography. The user provided in the report was for the following subscriber, Stephanie Reeves. And it was at an email that is kittygadget@something.com because it's redacted.
Obviously yahoo.com, because Yahoo reported it. That's kind of cool that, I mean, you know, you talk about, you know, everybody wants their privacy, this, that, and the other, but it's good that they're going through emails and shit and they're flagging these pictures of little kids and nasty things.
I mean, as they should. That shit shouldn't be online ever at all. And they also verified, or she verified, that this was her account on April 18th of 2023. That was in her name too. So she either she was dumb. I don't even know.
I think we've already figured that out. The cyber tip line report contained a total of 6 files that were child exploitation material. The detective reviewed the images associated with the report. The files associated in the report all contained child exploitation materials as defined in Indiana IC 35-42-4-4. We're going to give you a description of those images files from the cyber tip line report. The file will only pertain to Anthony Strahl. The following images containing child pornography were sent to the Kitty Gadget at, I'm going to redact it, but I think y'all figured it out, to Tony Strahl's email on Valentine's Day again. Now, the image that was sent from the Kitty to the Strahl emails depicted a nude of an early pubescent female child in front of a trailer. Her upper area was exposed and her female private parts were exposed. And they have a couple of words, they're redacted. One starts with an M and one starts with an S. And I know we got a lot of listeners down around Covington, Kentucky. And Covington, Kentucky was written on this piece of evidence right at the bottom of the photo. And they estimated the victim to be between the ages of 9 and 11 based on her development and size and all that stuff.
Now, that file pertained to count 1 for Anthony Strahl of child exploitation, which was the level 5 felony of possessing child pornography of a child less than 12 years of age. So if you guys are listening in Covington, Kentucky, know that there was a photo of evidence that was found that was marked
Covington, Kentucky.
That was marked Covington, Kentucky. And I don't know if this is it looks like a name that is redacted, but the first part of it is M and the second part is S. And just, if y'all are down there in Covington, Kentucky, and you're doing some dirty shit, you're about to get caught.
Most of our Kentucky people are good people. We know
They're
that. They're
amazing people down there.
Now, the next image in this file that was brought to the police's attention depicts a nude, early pubescent female sitting posed with her knees up. Her upper part was naked and her private parts were also exposed, and the background was all white. They estimated this poor child to be between 9 and 11 years old based on her size and development. That file pertains to Count 2, Child Exploitation, IC 3542-4-4, Level 5 felony possessing child pornography of a child less than 12 years of age.
Now, the detective reviewed the Google search warrant return for account Tony Strahl, 19, at something.com. Now, the billing information associated with the Google Pay account showed Stephanie Reeves is the customer display name and that the account was created on September 10th of 2020. In the Google return, I located the following photographs of interest. Business cards that had Anthony Strahl's name with just call something 7328 and the email TonyStrahl19 at whatever.com. There were also photographs of child pornography. Anthony inside a residence holding a firearm ×2, photos of large knives ×3, Anthony holding his certificate of completion from the Hancock County Community Corrections on May 9th, 2023. Stephanie Reeves' Indiana's driver's license and insurance card. A move-in payment documented that Stephanie Reeves and Anthony Strahl listed as the tenants residing at a residence in Fountaintown, Indiana. And there was also a collection of nude photographs of Stephanie Reeves and Anthony Strahl.
Now, how dumb can you be? This dude had a business card that said, just call his phone number with pictures of child pornography.
No, they weren't. It wasn't like that. They were saying that the photographs, I don't know why they would say that a photograph of just his business name, but it was just his business name. I don't think that was connected to the child pornography.
But he had a certificate.
I just think it was a picture. These are just individual pictures that were in this Google account.
Of completion for Hancock County Community Corrections.
Boy, he must have been proud of that. Take a picture of it.
Unbelievable.
So on May 30th, 2024, members of the Hamilton County Metro Child Exploitation Task Force executed a search warrant at the residence in Fountaintown, Indiana. Once the house and subjects were secured, the detective and I conducted an interview with Stephanie Reeves in a church parking lot under a covering while the detectives transported Anthony Strahl to the Fountaintown fire station for an interview.
Strahl was read a statement of his Miranda rights. Strahl verbally acknowledged that he understood his rights and agreed to speak with the detectives. The interview with Strahl was audio and video recorded in its entirety. I was informed by another law enforcement detective that Strahl made a statement, and those relevant portions are summarized here. His name was Anthony Jacob Strahl. His date of birth was redacted, but he was born in 1981. His phone number was on there. His email was on there. He had a Samsung watch. He had a computer, a Dell laptop, an HP gaming PC, a large computer located in his office, HP Pavilion, and his Samsung tablet.
Oh my God, look at his employment.
South Distinction Band, sound and stage worker, also works as a laborer cleaning out homes for an individual. So he did work for the band, school bands and stuff.
Well, I don't know if that's school bands, but it makes me believe it might be related to that.
Strahl stated that Stephanie Reeves was his fiancée and April Brown is his girlfriend.
Strahl stated that Reeves' phone number is blah, 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 and she has an email of kittygadget@whatever.com. Strahl also confirmed that Reeves lives at the Fountain Town residence full times and pays all the bills. Strahl denied downloading or storing any child pornography, stating that he is a photographer and is addicted to pornography, but he has never looked at child pornography. Strahl stated that he does do what is that?
I'm not sure. But
Shouter bait?
Kind of retarded. That's like saying, yeah, you caught me with some stolen shit, and I'm addicted to stealing, but I didn't take that stuff.
No, listen. It says, Strahl stated that he does do shouter bait. Now listen, it's spelled CHATURBATE. And he does role play sex, but never looks at child pornography.
I'm going to look that up real quick. Okay, so it's like chatterbait, kind of like masturbate, but what it is, it's some kind of a service that you can pay to watch other people do sexual shit, certain shit, maybe freaky shit with animals and shit. And
that's what he was liking.
You can pay to jack off to it, basically, is what he was saying. He admitted to that.
How disgusting. Oh my gosh.
Strahl also stated that there is an anonymine pornography on his work laptop, which is the Dell. It depicts Scooby-Doo and Henty pornography. Strahl stated that some of these images and videos may be on his hard drives as well. Scooby-Doo pornography.
I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say.
So I wonder if the Scooby-Doo shit was Thelma, Shaggy, and Scooby-Doo. Kind of depicting,
Well, there's Fred and Daphne, too.
Fred and Daphne. I wonder if they pretended and dressed up. He said they role-played. I wonder if they dressed up and called the little brown mutt Scooby.
No, they called him Scrappy Doo.
Oh, my God. That's the baby dog.
Yes.
That's like...
That's what the dog looked like, Scrappy Doo.
That's puppy porn. Like child pornography.
Puppy porn or something. That's gross.
Who in the hell would have, come on, man. And then to admit it, I just wonder what he was going through his head when he told the detectives. I really want to know what was going through the detective's head. Did he just say he had Scooby-Doo porn on his chat jackoffery or whatever it was called? Oh, Lord. I got to get back into this.
Oh, this is...
Strahl stated that he belonged to a Facebook group called The Nudist. Strahl stated that he and Reeves both belonged to the group, but he was kicked out. Strahl stated that Reeves and one of her friends with benefits role plays mother and son. Strahl also stated that no one has access to his email, strahl19, blah, but him. Strahl denied Stephanie ever sending him emails.
When questioned about the photographs of child pornography located in the warrant return for his email account, Strahl denied any knowledge of child pornography. Strahl stated that Eric Reed is another guy that Stephanie sees and has been having sex with since before he and Stephanie were together.
Zoinks!
Strahl stated that Stephanie and Eric have sex and they role play during sex. The role play includes mother-son role play, sibling role play, such as not getting caught by mom and dad and other incest acts. When confronted about the history of their law enforcement histories, from sending a topless photograph to a juvenile victim one watching them have sex, Stephanie rubbing juvenile victim one's leg in the car, to Stephanie role-playing mother-son role play during sex to now possessing child pornography, Strahl became defensive.
Oh, now he wants to get shitty.
You think he'd be shitty having to admit that he watches Scooby-Doo porn?
Strahl then stated that Juvenile 1 had a problem. He got pissed off because this juvenile was fucked up, even though he was the one with Scooby-Doo porn. Strahl stated that the reason they sent Juvenile 1 a topless photograph was to test him to see if he was sexually into Reeves. Strahl stated that it appeared Juvenile Victim 1 resented him for dating Reeves as he wanted Reeves all to himself. Strahl stated that when Juvenile Victim 1 turned 15, he noticed Juvenile 1 Victim was being too curious and would go into the bathroom while Reeves was showering. Wouldn't it be just as simple as locking your freaking bathroom door? Because this goes into it. It was more than once that this boy went into the bathroom with her.
You do not go into the bathroom when a woman is in there, taking care of herself. That's just rude. That's no manners, especially if it's a child walking in. Lock the door if you got children in your home that you think might be trying to come in to the bathroom. And, after you get out of the bathroom, if you think they're trying to come in and watch you while you're showering, you need to drive them right on down to Centerstone or some shit so they can get some help.
I mean, any grown woman with some sense would be like, hey, get the F out of the bathroom and don't come back in here and lock the door and then handle it when you're done drying off or whatever.
And putting some clothes on.
When Stephanie was massaging Juvenile Victim's one leg, he stated that he had just finished hiking, so she was massaging his leg, but he did try to take it further. Strahl passed all the blame onto Juvenile Victim 1 when questioned about the legitimacy of his story.
Now, on May 31st of 2024, Stephanie Reeves came to the Greenfield Police Department for a polygraph test. A special agent read Reeves her advisement of rights. She waived them, completed the polygraph, and agreed to participate in a post-polygraph interview.
The post-polygraph interview was audio and video recorded in its entirety, but some of the relevant portions are summarized right here. Reeves was confronted about her prior contact with her child, Juvenile Victim 1. The child was born in 2006, because she previously disclosed that she had brushed up her breast and inner thigh. Reeves said that Juvenile Victim 1 would walk in when she was changing and touch her any time when she was alone with him. She stated she has tried to stop it before it happens and tells him to leave. Reeves stated that Juvenile 1 touches her bare breast, butt, and genitals, again, blaming it on the juvenile. Okay, lady.
Yeah, when you're the grown woman and this is your child.
I can just imagine she's like, oh, stop,
Now, she was a leader in, I believe it was the Boy Scouts, the photos I seen. She was a leader. She had the uniform on.
Shocker.
And everything. So she's teaching these Boy Scouts how to be men, and you can't even control your own child because it's not you not controlling your own child. It's you sitting here trying to pass off this blame to your child when you were the one instigating and initiating all of this.
When asked about the time Juvenile Victim 1 touched her genitals, Reeves said that if he did it, it would be when we was playing a game and he was laying on top of me. When asked if that happened, she stated, yeah, because he would have had his head right here. Her hand was near her genitals. He would lay this way. When asked to describe how long he was touching her genitals, Reeves said it was like rubbing it. When discussing about a time when Reeves touched Juvenile Victim's 1 genitals, she said, I don't recall touching him there. When discussing a time that Juvenile Victim 1 touched her genitals when she was changing, Reeves stated, it would be when I was bent over, he would do a swipe, and when I didn't have underwear on. Reeves said that Juvenile Victim 1 touched her genitals 4 or 5 times, maybe more.
Now, Reeves reported that Juvenile Victim 1 would walk in when Reeves was in the shower and stand there for a couple of minutes. Reeves responded that she, quote unquote, might have engaged in sex quote unquote, once when she knew that juvenile victim 1 was in the room because she heard the door open, and I know he, Strahl, was almost off and he finished. Reeves indicated that she continued to engage in sexual intercourse with Strahl for approximately 2 to 3 minutes while she knew that juvenile victim 1, her son, was in the room because she knew Strahl was almost finished. Reeves said that she didn't acknowledge that juvenile victim 1 had walked in until after the intercourse was over and that she told him to go back to his room.
Reeves stated that juvenile victim 1, I would touch her breast while she was laying naked on the bed with him and he was wanting to snuggle. Reeves mimicked juvenile victim 1, grabbing her whole breast with her hand. Special agent asked Reeves about juvenile victim 2, born in 2007. Reeves acknowledged knowing juvenile victim 2 and said that he used to live in her neighborhood but was now a juvenile runaway in Florida. Reeves admitting asking juvenile victim 2 to send her nudes a year or two ago because she, being Reeves, heard that juvenile 2 was into that kind of thing. Reeves stated, I know she likes to film, hop on websites, and try to sell herself. Reeves asked juvenile victim 2 if she wanted to trade picture for picture. Reeves said that she might have sent victim 2 a lingerie picture.
So juvenile victim 2 is a female.
Yeah, my bad.
And this female lives out of state.
It said she's a runaway. She must have ran away to Florida or something.
Okay, so wow. So at 2 hours and 38 minutes into the interview, Reeves stated the following, and this is quote, I was thinking that might have been an incident where we asked juvenile victim 1, and then it's inaudible, wanted to join only because he walked into the room, end quote. To see if he wanted to engage in and learn what to do because he kept on walking in. Reeves stated that after inviting juvenile victim 1, which is her son, to join, he hopped in the bed and was caressing her breast. She advised that juvenile victim 1 didn't penetrate her because he wasn't erect. When asked about performing oral on juvenile victim 1, Reeves stated, I might done it a little bit. When asked to clarify about the oral sex, Reeves stated, yeah, a little bit, and further clarified that she performed oral sex on him for maybe like 5 to 10 seconds. Reeves advised that they engaged in intercourse a little bit, but juvenile victim 1 didn't go all the way in. She stated that juvenile victim 1 similarly performed oral sex on her for approximately 5 to 10 seconds. Reeves stated that she engaged in sexual intercourse with juvenile victim 1 approximately 3 to 4 minutes, and he ejaculated in the bathroom.
Her interview reminds me of the 50 Cent song, just a little bit, 2 or 3 seconds here, 5 or 2 seconds here. She's full of shit, man.
She's a liar.
I mean, if you're going to tell the truth, tell the whole fucking truth. A little bit with a kid is just as bad as any of it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So Reeves stated, it just felt weird asking if he wanted to join. Bitch, I bet it did. But you still did it. But he kept on walking in, is what she said. So Reeves advised that Strahl did not touch juvenile victim 1 while the aforementioned sexual acts were occurring.
Have these people ever heard of door locks?
Padlocks?
Any fucking thing.
Deadbolts?
Nails? Screws?
We all know they're lying, though. It's not about the lock on the door. It's not about none of that. They were inviting this kid in there to do all of this. You know that they allegedly were.
Right, allegedly.
It's so disgusting. So,
Oh, man, this is some rough shit. Let's get on with it, though.
now, so Reeves stated that Strahl, Anthony Strahl, was present and just tried to help direct her son, juvenile victim 1. Reeves stated that Strahl showed juvenile victim 1 what to do, but did not touch him. Reeves stated that she got off because Strahl was also present, and all of it occurred at their residence in Fountaintown in the last 2 years between 2021 and 2023.
Reeves also stated, and then after the second time it happened, me and Anthony Strahl were like, we'll just do it when he's not in the house, and we're both done, and we didn't have any privacy. Reeves stated the second time was the same scenario, but it was at night when we was trying to do it while they were asleep. Reeves stated the juvenile victim 1 undressed and he joined. She described juvenile victim 1 started by kissing her breast, and then she kissed him on his private parts. About the same, like just a little bit, a minute or two. Reeves stated that the second time juvenile victim 1 went a little farther than what he did before with his hand. Special agent clarified that juvenile victim 1 put his sex organ inside of her private area and engaged in sexual intercourse. Reeves confirmed that this was correct and stated that she thought victim 1 performed oral sex on her before Tony Strahl did.
So they're having 3 ways with her son. What kind of man and what kind of woman are we dealing with here?
I don't know, but I hope y'all looked at their TikToks. I think Julia throws some of their TikTok shit up on Facebook. And if you can put these words that we're feeding to you and these pictures of these people and this shit together.
I'm going to put some more up after this releases, just so you can get a vibe of who and what these people are like. So the detectives confirmed with the property owner that Reeves and Strahl moved in Fountaintown in October of 2021, and that juvenile victim 1 moved out after an incident with Strahl. Now, behind this, I don't know if this is a case number or what, but it says 22-HCSD-0738.
That's an incident report number.
On or about July 5th of 2022, juvenile victim 1 would have been 15 years of age during this time frame. And then it goes into account 3, vicarious sexual gratification, a level 4 felony. A person 18 years or older who knowingly or intentionally directs, aids, induces, or causes a child under the age of 16 to engage in other sexual conduct with another person with the intent to arouse or satisfy the sexual desires of a child, or the older person commits vicarious sexual gratification.
Count 4 was aiding sexual misconduct with a minor, F4, a person at least 18 years of age who knowingly or intentionally performs or submits to sexual intercourse or other sexual conduct with a child less than 16 years old. And that a level 4 felony if it's committed by a person at least 21 years of age or older. Strahl also met with a special agent with Homeland Security. Strahl was advised of his rights. Strahl signed the form acknowledging that he understood his rights and agreed to speak with him. Strahl was defensive and denied any knowledge of anything, and then they ended the interview.
Now, multiple items of evidence were collected during the execution of the search warrant at the Fountaintown address on May 30th of 2024. All of the evidence was transported to Fisher's Police Department, where it was forensically downloaded. After the items of evidence that were collected from the search warrant on May 30th of 2024 were forensically downloaded, This is what was observed on the devices that were downloaded from Anthony Strahl.
The first file name was 202-30727 and some other numbers, but it was a 3-minute video, and the video starts off with a male laying nude with his male sex organ exposed, and a female is laying sideways with her right hand on the male's sex organ, her bare breast exposed with her legs spread, and a brown mutt dog licking her bare female sex organ. There's Scooby again. The female's face comes into view when I know it to be April Brown. Brown begins sucking on the male's organ while holding a glow stick in her right hand. The dog stops licking Brown's female sex organ, and the male, using his right hand that has a dark-colored bracelet on his wrist, reaches between Brown's legs and is rubbing the female sex organ until the dog begins licking the female sex organ again. A few minutes later, the male reaches over and rubs the female sex organ again while the dog is licking the female sex organ.
After, this is so disgusting. After observing multiple nude photographs and videos of Anthony Strahl, I feel so sorry for these investigators.
I feel sorry for the dog.
Back to after observing multiple nude photographs of and videos of Anthony Strahl, I know the male in the video to be him. The bracelet on his right wrist is the same bracelet he is wearing in multiple photos and videos. The moles, freckles on his right side are similar to the moles and freckles Anthony Strahl has on his body. The male's sex organs are consistent with known images of Strahl's male sex organ, as seen in multiple videos and images.
Oh, my goodness. You know what that just reminded me of?
What?
Have you ever seen the movie Porky's? Where meat sticks his thing through the wall of the girls' bathroom, and the woman teacher sees it, and they call him Meat because he's got a big thing and it's got a mole on it. And then the old lady teacher makes all the boys strip down, and she recognizes Meat's penis because of the mole on it. I'm sorry, man. I feel sorry for these investigators, and I hate my brain because it gets visuals and shit when we got to read this stuff.
Oh my God.
But yeah, that's just like Porky's. They recognized his dick.
No, the voice. Quit. The voice in the video can be identified as Stahl's. This is count 5, aiding bestiality, a level 6 felony. Now we go on to the next file. It's a video, and it's 3 minutes and 4 seconds long. The video starts off with a female laying in a bed, only visible from the waist down. The female is only wearing white ankle socks with yellow and red and blue writing on them. The right ankle has a white ankle bracelet. A brown mutt dog is licking the bare female private parts. The video then shows the female licking the male person, not dog, private parts. The female is identified as April Brown. The male then taps the female's private part so that the dog will continue to lick the bare
It's a
female.
menage a mutt. Menage a mutt, get it? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay. So the male then inserts a glow stick into the male's other sex organ.
That's kind of confusing there.
Well, you can only insert something into a male a certain way.
Well,
So Anthony Strahl,
I know, but a man's like a butt is not a man's sex organ. It's
it's a
something to
private
poop out
part.
of.
So he stuck this glow stick where the sun don't shine,
Okay.
and the female sucks it out while the dog continues to lick her private parts. I can identify the male's voice in the video as Strahl.
You know, folks, we read these things, and nothing is funny about the poor children victims in this thing.
Or the animals.
Or
Come
the animals.
on.
But the menage a mutt thing was funny, though, you got to admit. But anyway.
It's all horrible. It's all terrible.
It just shows you how messed up people are, and I'm sure there's some meth involved here somewhere. I just have a feeling that there is.
Oh, I mean, allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
Now
it just did a little bit, just a line or two, probably once or twice.
Okay, so now we're coming up on about Christmas time, because here's the next group of evidence, and it's a file, and it was modified on December 20th, 2021. Now, this image depicts two nude females standing outside of a bathroom. One female is that of an adult, and sadly, the other one is a juvenile. The bare upper part of the little girl are exposed. I would estimate the juvenile to be between 12 and 16 years of age due to her size and her development. Now, that file pertains to count 7, child exploitation, a level 6 felony possessing child pornography of a child less than 18 years of age. I think that should be a higher felony, definitely. I think there needs to be harsher punishments on adults violating children. Or adults violating anybody's in any sexual manner.
A level 6 felony is like a drunk driving if you've had 2 in 7 years. That's the same charge as...
And it like only a year or something, or a year behind bars.
All of it can be suspended on a felony 6. I think the max on a felony 6 is 2.5 years, which is basically do 1.25 years, which all of it can be suspended on probation. I mean, it's a minor charge.
Well, thank God they have
child
multiples.
Pornography. I guess that's where the mitigating and aggravating circumstances come in. Thank goodness.
Now, there were 11 additional age difficult child exploitation images on Strahl's device. Evidence item number 3, and one video that was 59 seconds in length that was child exploitative age difficult. So I guess they're not able to determine the age of the child in the video. Now, all of the above events occurred in Hancock County, Indiana, except where specifically stated otherwise.
And that kind of wraps up the quartet deal for today. We are still working on getting the probable cause affidavit for Eric Reed. We're going to be working really hard to get that out to you. And while we're on the topic, we have even more to share. Along with the Hancock County Quartet, we also have the PCA of the Trinity Shockley, the transgender Mooresville High School attempted Valentine's Day school shooter.
That's right. So we'll probably be dropping some bonus episodes this week because there's so much we have to catch up on. Plus, we have some crazy new updates in the Richard Allen Delphi murder case. Did the prosecutor not provide all the exculpatory evidence, or did he?
Y'all, we're going to be busy this week, hard at work in the coming weeks. We have so much information to get to our amazing roadside listeners. Plus, we're also going to be dropping some old school serial killer episodes on our Patreon. They're going to be dropping within the next couple of days, so get on there. You're only going to be able to get those episodes on our Patreon. So
Yes.
Come support our show.
So thanks for joining us on this deep dive with 69 South. Until next time, keep questioning and keep seeking the truth.
And if you love what you've heard, don't forget to download our podcast. Your downloads are truly what matters and helps us grow. Streams alone won't do it.
You can find us on all your favorite platforms: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Podchaser, and more.
Go follow our Facebook page, Podcast 69 South, for the latest updates. And we also have some private 69 South Facebook group. You can always find our latest stories and breaking news. And remember, if you can't find us, just look for the podcast that sounds like it's coming from a roadside diner. You know, the one with the best coffee and the craziest stories. Hey, until then, you guys have a good day, good evening, whatever.